Cool. Hi, I'm Nigel.
And I'm Lau K, and you're watching VOC TV. Wow, it's a funny little story. We actually started just around a computer at our different places of work, and there was a guy that basically wanted to make t-shirts, and he sent an email around to a bunch of us, we're all uni friends, and he said, hey, I want to make t-shirts, and we all just jumped on it. And it kind of started from there, and back then we came up with the name Mayamada, and it came from coming up with an actual brand name, like, you know, you got like your Calvin Kleins or your Tommy Hilfigers, so we came up with one called Mayamada Yamada, which was an actual Japanese name, and we decided to trim it. Instead of Mayamada Yamada, we trimmed it to Mayamada, and that's where the name came from. Anyway, over the years people dropped off, and it was just Nigel and myself, and we were coming up with loads of random designs and like things with Japanese stuff in there, but ultimately there wasn't really a story that tied everything together. So eventually we decided to come up with a fantasy universe, which we have loads of different TV shows, and that kind of wrapped up everything, and it was still called Mayamada. And like, you can check out the website, we got like all these different shows and stuff like the Samurai Chef. That's where it came from.
Yeah, we both write stories, so we've got 4 or 5 stories working on. I've done 2, Lau's done 2, and yeah, we just write the stories, we create the characters, design clothing, and yeah, put it all together between us.
I think obviously there's like the business side of things as well. Nigel takes care of a lot of the back-end business stuff, accounts, all that stuff that a lot of people don't think about when they get into this. I do things like photography, and that's about it really, isn't it? It's photography mostly, yeah. Cosplay photography when I'm here, photography for the shoots for our website, magazines, new product shots, that kind of thing. There is no simple Mayamada system.
Yeah, no.
But we work slightly differently. So I'll let you go first.
Okay. Do we work differently? I think it's the same. I guess we'll find out.
It's similar, but it's different.
Okay. All right. So I like to start with the end of the story first, and then try and map out, go from there, from the beginning to how you get to the end. And then I break down the story into chapters. So a book might have chapters or it might not, but either way, in my mind, it's broken down into chapters. And then I write for each of the chapters, from beginning to end of the chapter, put it together in a script, and then give it to our artist. And then between us...
You missed a bit.
What did I miss?
Well, obviously, in between that, I'll see it.
Oh yeah,
and I'll tell him what I think.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. So I missed a bit. Let me go back. So once it's down as a script, then Lau will see it, and then we'll get that kind of feedback to make sure that when it's sent to the artist, that it's the best story that we've come up between us. We've actually only got one artist, and we found her at a comic convention. So the way we work, we like the consistency of a tight-knit team, you could say. So when we first came up with the idea for Mayamada as a television network universe, we kind of set out for an artist that can put together our ideas into something that looks good. And we went to London Comic Con.
No, it was MCM.
Yeah, London Comic Con.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, AKA.
MCM, yeah. I don't know it by any other name.
So yeah, we went there, we strolled around, went to the artist alley, saw this girl that had her own comic at the time, and we said, this is our idea for Mayamada. We're looking for someone to help us work on the characters. Would you like to be involved? And yeah, that was it. We've been working with her since.
So I'm currently working on 2 projects. One of them is called The 11th Hour, which is basically a action show with a lot of mystery. not as much as the TV show Lost, if you've seen it, which is a favorite of mine, but it's going to feature 4 individuals, 4 strangers that are being chased around throughout the whole day, and they're all going to have intertwined stories. So it's going to be pretty mad, but it's got like some method to the madness. I'm working on the first volume of that, which features a guy called Dan. It's one of our kind of favorite characters. He's a panda, he's a family man, he's got a couple of kids and a really annoying wife, and he's going to have literally the worst day ever, and he's going to have to work out what's going on. So that's the first volume. And then the other story that I'm working on is the full volume of an initial comic that we've already got out called Serious, and that's basically about a young rabbit called Blake who's from a kind of disadvantaged background and wants to make it into the big city. So I'm just going to be finishing that whole volume and bringing that to you later this year.
What am I working on?
Anything you got? He ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No, I'm joking.
So
Super fun, learn time and friends.
Oh yeah, wow, I
yeah.
actually forgot about that. So actually we started a Patreon campaign, and as part of that we're going to be doing some bonus comics and content. So I'm going to be working on that and a new story called Super Fun Learn Time with Friends, which is a kids show in the Mayamada universe, and it's going to be about, actually I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there and you have to find out, yeah.